Okay, so chances are you've used ChatGPT. But let's be real, are you really getting the most out of it? In this explainer, we're going to show you how to unlock its true power, to go way beyond those simple questions, and start getting some seriously expert-level results.
So let's just kick things off with a really important question. Think about it. You might be using it to brainstorm an idea here and there, or maybe summarize a long article. But is that really all it's capable of?
The truth is, most people aren't, and that's why they get those kinda mad generic results. It's all because they're using generic prompts. If you give it a lazy one-liner, you're just gonna get a lazy, one-size-fits-all answer right back. The quality of what you get out is always a direct reflection of what you put in.
But here's the cool part. What if you could flip that script? What if you could turn this thing into a world-class expert, an expert that's tailored just for you? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to walk through the techniques to turn this general tool into your own super specialized assistant for writing, research, planning, you name it.
All right, let's get right into it. Section 1, the prompting power-up. Seriously, mastering the art of the prompt is the single most important skill you can learn with this stuff. It is the foundation for absolutely everything else. Just look at the difference here, it's night and day. On the left, you've got the basic prompt, right? Create an itinerary for a 3-day Goa trip. That's something most of us would type. And you'll get back a pretty generic tourist plan. But look at the right, a structured, super detailed prompt that gives it a role, specifies diet, travel style, even the format, and boom, you get a personalized, genuinely useful itinerary.
So the big question is, how do you get results like that every single time? Well, the secret is using a structured approach. And one of the best out there is a framework called RiceGo. Okay, so let's break this RiceGo thing down. The whole point here is to remove all the guesswork for the AI. You start with role. Tell it who to be, like a travel vlogger. Then instruction. What exactly do you want it to do? Context is key. Who is this for? What's the background? Examples are like a cheat sheet for tone and style. Then you have constraints, which are basically the rules of the game, like word count. And finally, output. How do you want it delivered? A table? A PDF? Look, you don't have to use all 6 every time, but trust me, the more you give it, the better your results will be.
All right, so now we know how to ask better questions. The next step is realizing it's not just about asking questions with text. ChatGPT is what we call multimodal, which is just a fancy way of saying it can understand and work with way more than just words. You can upload pretty much anything you can think of. We're talking images, complex diagrams, huge PDFs and documents, spreadsheets. You can even give it audio and video. Heck, you can even throw memes and ASCII art at it. And this right here is a perfect example of just how powerful that is. What you're seeing is ChatGPT's actual analysis of a super technical quantum computing diagram. Think about that. It can read, understand, and then explain these incredibly complex visuals. It makes really dense information way more accessible to all of us.
And it's not just about uploading files either. You can literally just talk to it, have a real back-and-forth conversation with your voice. This is awesome for brainstorming when you're on the move, or if you just hate typing.
Okay, so we've nailed how to give it better inputs. Now let's level up and see how we can make it a proactive partner for you. We're talking about shifting from a simple question and answer tool to an active agent that actually does things for you. The best way to think about this is choosing the right tool for the job. You've got agent mode for when you need it to perform actions on the web, like finding the cheapest flights or comparing product reviews. Then you've got deep research mode for when you need it to do PhD-level analysis. Digging through hundreds of sources to write a deep report. It's really the difference between an assistant that does stuff and an assistant that knows stuff.
And this is where things get really cool. You can actually automate all that boring, repetitive research by setting up what you could call a mini agent. Just imagine telling it, hey, find the average price of a 3-bedroom apartment in Bangalore and run that search for me every Monday at 2 p.m. And then, like clockwork, you just get a message with the new results each week. You set it once, and it just works.
Up until now, we've kind of been talking about ChatGPT in a bubble, as a standalone tool. But the real magic, the real game changer, is when you start connecting it to your digital world. That's when it becomes an integrated hub for all the other apps you use constantly.
So once you give it permission to talk to your other apps, like Canva, Google Calendar, Spotify, you can pull off these incredible multi-step tasks from just one single prompt. Think about it. You could say, generate a 10-page presentation on Sabyasachi in Canva, and while you're at it, find me a good focus playlist on Spotify. Or, hey, look at my Google Calendar for free slots this week and then draft an email to schedule a meeting. It literally becomes the command center for your entire digital life.
Okay, here's a serious power user trick for you. You can actually stack different tools in the same conversation using the @ symbol. So for example, you could ask it to @diagram generator to create a chart for you. And then in the very next prompt, you could tag in @data analysis to interpret the chart it just made. It's all seamless, all in one place.
All right, let's get to the final piece of the puzzle, making ChatGPT truly yours. This is all about full customization, and it's how you turn it from just a generic assistant into one that actually knows you, your style, your needs, everything.
You have so much control here. First, personality. You can literally tell it to be cheerful or cynical or just a straight-to-the-point robot. Then you have custom instructions, where you give it the lowdown on who you are and how you want it to respond to you always. And maybe the coolest part is memory. You can let it remember key details from your chats so it has context later on and you don't have to keep repeating yourself over and over again.
But if you want to go all the way, the ultimate form of customization is building your very own custom GPTs. This is where you get to create your own specialized AI assistants, trained to do one specific, repeatable task perfectly. Just imagine this for a second. You create a LinkedIn content writer. You feed it all of your past posts, your company style guide, everything. From that moment on, you have a custom assistant that already knows your exact voice and tone. It's no longer a general tool, it's a true specialist that's been trained specifically on your data. So there you have it. By going way beyond those simple prompts, by using structured frameworks, feeding it different types of media, automating tasks, and personalizing it completely, you've basically unlocked a toolkit to build your very own team of specialized AI assistants. So now that you have the keys to the kingdom, the only question is, what will you build first?